Working out late at night can feel peaceful. No crowds, no noise, just you, the machines, and the quiet hum of fluorescent lights. But gyms after dark can also become very strange places. Places where you're supposed to be alone, but somehow you aren't. Tonight, we're looking at 3 true gym nightmares that might make you think twice before going back for that late night workout. Make sure to lock your doors, turn down the lights, and let's begin.
A few years ago, a college student named Daniel had a routine. Every night around 11:30 p.m., he went to a 24-hour gym near his apartment. At that hour, the gym was usually empty. Sometimes there would be 1 or 2 people lifting weights, but most nights, Daniel had the entire place to himself. One night, he was doing deadlifts near a wall covered in mirrors. After finishing a set, he stood up and caught his breath, staring at his reflection. That's when he noticed something strange. Behind him, in the mirror, someone was standing near the treadmills. Daniel turned around immediately, but the room was empty. He looked back at the mirror again. The person was gone. At first, he laughed it off. Maybe he imagined it. Maybe someone had walked by quickly. So he went back to lifting. A few minutes later, he glanced up at the mirror again. And this time, the person was back, standing in the exact same spot. A tall man, completely still. Daniel turned around again. Nothing. No one. Now he felt uneasy. He slowly walked toward the treadmill area. The entire gym floor was empty. But when he returned to the mirror, the man was there again. Except this time, he was closer. Daniel didn't finish his workout that night. He grabbed his bag and left immediately. The next day, he asked the front desk employee if anyone else had been in the gym around midnight. The employee checked the security logs. No one had entered the gym after 10 p.m. Daniel never worked out there again. But the strangest part? A week later, he checked the online reviews of the gym. One comment caught his attention. Someone else had written, "Does anyone else see someone standing in the mirrors when the gym is empty?" Maria worked the night shift at a small neighborhood gym. Her job was simple: clean the equipment, close the front desk, and lock up the building at 2 a.m. Most nights were quiet and boring. But one night, around 1:30 a.m., she heard something strange. A loud locker door slamming in the women's locker room. Maria assumed someone was still inside, which was odd because she had already checked earlier. She walked to the locker room and called out, "Hello? The gym is closing soon." No response. She stepped inside. The locker room was completely empty. Every locker was closed. Every shower stall was empty. Maria shrugged and walked out. But the moment she reached the hallway, slam! Another locker door, this time louder. She turned around and walked back in. "Hello?" Still nothing. Now she started checking every locker, one by one. Most were empty, until she reached the last one. The locker door was slightly open. Maria slowly pulled it open. Inside was a gym bag. That wasn't unusual. People sometimes forgot things. But when she picked up the bag, she noticed something disturbing. It was warm, like someone had just been holding it. Maria quickly left the locker room and checked the security cameras. The footage showed the hallway outside the locker room. No one had entered or left in over an hour. But something else caught her eye. The locker room door slowly opening by itself. Maria quit that job 2 days later.
A man named Eric liked to run late at night. Around midnight, he would go to a 24-hour gym and run for about an hour. One night, the gym was completely empty, except for him. He stepped onto a treadmill near the back wall. About 20 minutes into his run, he heard another treadmill start. He looked over. The treadmill next to him had turned on, but no one was standing on it. At first, he thought maybe someone started it and walked away. But then, the speed increased. From walking, to jogging, to full running speed. The machine was running at nearly 10 miles per hour, still with no one on it. Eric stepped off his treadmill and walked over. The screen showed a timer counting up, as if someone had been running for several minutes. Suddenly, the treadmill stopped instantly. At that exact moment, Eric heard footsteps behind him. He turned around. No one was there, just rows of empty machines. He grabbed his bag and headed for the exit. As he reached the door, he heard the treadmill start again. Eric didn't look back. The next day, he asked the gym manager if the treadmills sometimes malfunction. The manager said something strange. "Only that one." Eric asked why. The manager paused, then said quietly, "Because someone died on it 3 years ago." Eric canceled his membership that same day.
Late-night gyms might seem peaceful, but sometimes, when the building is quiet and the lights are dim, you might not be as alone as you think. So the next time you decide to work out after midnight, just remember, something might already be there, watching, waiting for you.